knowing you're eternal and the self-concept you have of yourself equals everything you've ever wanted. These two things combined will lead to freedom. Freedom within, which leads to freedom out here. Now, most people will be like, but I don't know I'm eternal, and I don't even really know what my self-concept is. And that's great. That's where we start. We've got to start somewhere, and this is where it is. Breath awareness is one great way of doing the first step, remembering you're eternal. And it might sound too simple to be true, but it does work. Just by allowing yourself even just 10 minutes a day to just watch your breath. Now, when you're watching your breath, you're watching the body move. Maybe you'll concentrate on the air moving in and out of the nose. Maybe you watch them both. Maybe you'll be watching something else. But it's in that noticing that you're watching the body reveals over some time glimpses that you're the one watching the body. And if you're the one watching the body, you're not the body. You are the eternal self watching that. It's like this. I don't know how old you are, but if you've got a little bit older, and we've all got a little bit older from where we was, you will see that you are still the same awareness that's always been there from a young child until now. That has not changed. That shows you that you are eternal. That shows you that the eternal self doesn't change. It always remains. It's always there. And the older you get, and especially if you start getting wrinkles and grey hair and everything, then you realise, hold on, every time I look in the mirror, I'm watching this body change, this face change, but I still feel the same. I'm still witnessing it the same as when I did as a young child. Sure, there's all the beliefs, programs and thoughts running, what have been layered upon us over the time, and that is having an effect on the body and on our overall well-being. I get that. But once the silence comes, just a little bit, just a little glimpse, you see very clearly that you're still the same. You, as your core essence, still remains and is the same. There's no difference to that. I speak to many people who are maybe in their 60s, 70s and sometimes in their 80s, and they will all say the same thing to me. Still feel the same when I did when I was a child. Or a lot of them say, oh, when I was in my 20s, I still feel the same. I still look at it, everything the same. They might be a little bit weary with life, like we all do get over time. But that essence is always there. And it's recognising that essence. It's witnessing that essence. And I'm not saying like just we are just the observer, because that's been put around for centuries. We are the body and the observer. We are the eternal, internal, eternal, external. We are it all. We're playing it all. But for this exercise and for this video, to help you to see and to have a change, a better way of life even, that's the goal, to live better, to realise what we are, to embody ourselves with our powerful being, this little exercise will be so beneficial. But how many of you are actually going to spend the time just to sit with yourself for say 10 minutes? And if that's a stretch, what about 5? And if 5 minutes is a stretch, what about 1 minute? Could you stretch to 1 minute a day? Every day? Because it's going to be the consistency thing of doing this every single day that's going to reveal to you that you're an eternal being. Combined with that, saying to yourself each and every day, I'm eternal. I'm an eternal being, a powerful being. I live forever. I'm not separate from anything. I am it. It's a combination of using different things, techniques and processes and doing all of this that compounds it in over time. It takes a little bit of time. Again, what a lot of people don't want to hear. I don't want to do it. Well, if you don't want to do it and you don't want to put a little bit of effort in, then I'm going to tell you now, you're going to remain in the same place. You're going to be doing the same things over and over again, wishing, hoping for change. And it won't come. Sure, you'll have different experiences and you'll be challenged over life and you'll probably learn from that. And that's great. If you really, really want profound change, and if you're having some sort of, we'll call it a spiritual awakening, a increased awareness of everything, then this is especially for you. And even if you're not having an awakening, you are still having an awakening. You just haven't put a label on it yet. We all are awakening at this time we find ourselves in. These strange times, if you want to call it that. It's more imperative now to remember we're eternal and to have a strong concept of ourselves. So like I said, the first step in freedom, true freedom, is watching the breath. And like I said, it's a daily process. And a good time to do it will be maybe in the morning or the evening, and set a routine for it. A rough time. I know many people are busy. I understand that. I get that. But even if you're got a job and you're rushing out to go to work, I'm sure you could squeeze in just that minute before you head off with your busy day, or you're a busy mother, or whatever it is you've got going on in your life. You can find yourself that few minutes. I would preferably say 10 minutes would be a good portion of time to get this process going well for you. Once you give yourself permission to actually do this, the profound changes are astronomical. And it was shown to me a long time ago about this, and I was like, how can just sitting there watching my breath, realizing that I'm watching it, show me what I was really looking for? But with due diligence and consistency and sitting with it every single day, the realizations come. And the realizations get stronger and stronger and more and more. And at first, you might have maybe a quarter of a second of a glimpse of that eternal self. Your mind will probably wander. Well, no, not probably. It will wander. And as it wanders and it does its thing and all those thoughts come in, negative, positive, this and that, just bring yourself back to the breath once again. And you keep repeating that. Key aspect to this is, when your mind wanders, don't fight it. Don't belittle yourself for wandering. Don't snap yourself straight back here. I've got to be back here and I've got to do this now, and being mean to yourself and harsh to yourself, because we've been doing too much of that. Now it's the time to be more gentle with ourselves, and that gentleness is that power. So When you find your mind is wandering, once again, back to the breath and watch the body breathing. And it is simple, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Just do that consistently every single day. The next step on our remembrance to freedom is our self-concept. What we have, how we view ourselves, how we talk to ourselves, how we imagine ourselves in situations, in social situations, with ourselves on our own, in our relationships, in our work, in regard to our finances, our jobs, our careers, our general life, how we go about life. Most people don't even realise they're running a self-concept, and other people know about self-concept. And if you're not knowing what a self-concept is, basically it's just how you imagine yourself and what feelings transpire from that and what your values are, how you value yourself in this realm, this earth, this world. When we have a strong, positive self-concept, that leads us to be able to live life in the ways we want to live life. We see ourselves confident, we are confident. We see ourselves weak, we are weak. We see ourselves powerful, we see ourselves loving, we see ourselves compassionate, we see ourselves in all those higher values we aspire to. We are that. When we see ourselves in all those negative ways, I can't do this, or I see myself as a weak person, or I see myself as a harsh person, or I see myself as an angry person. That is your self-concept. Sure, you may have moments of being angry, you may have moments of being weak, but that doesn't make your self-concept. They're just moments, they're just happenings. It's when you're grabbing those things, those ideas, those words, and bringing them into yourself and saying, that's me. I'm an angry person. I'm a weak person, or whatever it is. That's compounding a self-concept. When you allow yourself to just sometimes be angry, it's okay. Or sometimes have moments of weakness, that's okay. And you see that for just what it is. Just a moment of weakness, just a moment of anger, or just a moment of whatever. That's absolutely fine. Bringing it into the self, saying that's what I am, is where we've been going wrong and where the self-concept gets all messed up. But it can be changed again. We can change our self-concept of ourselves by sitting with ourselves, once again, just for a few minutes, it's all it needs, and seeing ourselves honestly and openly. How am I viewing myself? How am I viewing myself in a situation at work? How am I viewing myself in a situation in a relationship? How do I view myself in a relationship towards money, towards health? How do I see myself? You might want to grab a pen and paper to do this exercise and write down, as you sit there, just for a few minutes, how do I see myself in, say, my relationship, a relationship? Jot down what comes to you. See in your imagination as you close your eyes, how do I see myself in that? And it'll come. Write it down. Writing down is a great way of looking back over and seeing, put it on paper now, I see that I'm looking at myself and seeing, oh, I'm an angry person, or a weak person, or I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I fail, I mess up. And then obviously you see the good self-concepts, the positive, powerful self-concepts of yourself. Write those down. See the two. See where you're out of balance. A lot of the time we're going to be out of balance on the negative. So what you want to do is, concentrate and look at the positive self-concept you have of yourself and reiterate that back to yourself. See in there, actually, I am loving, I am compassionate. When I see myself as I know I'm compassionate. I know I'm forgiving. Sometimes, sure, can have those moments of anger and weakness or whatever. But that's not me. This is me. And you can compound that into yourself repetitively, because it's a repetitive game. All of this is a repetitive game. Because we've been repetitively programmed on the negative, we need to reprogram back into the positive and the powerful. So just by grabbing a pen and paper and sitting there just for a few minutes and writing these things down and looking at each one, will reveal to you your self-concept. And then you can do it in all different areas. And then that build a whole picture of how you're seeing yourself, how you're imagining yourself as you're going about your business. Subconscious is running, you're not realizing what's going on in the imagination. Then it's revealed to you. It's on paper, you're watching it. It's like, there it is. I've got that, I know that, and I'm going to change that. Because in changing your self-concept back to a powerful, strong concept, in addition with knowing that you're eternal, well, that leads to the world is your oyster. That might be a stretch for you at the moment, and I understand that. It was a stretch for me at first, but over time, doing this diligently, doing this consistently, doing this over and over again, the oyster appeared. Tiny at first, for sure. I'm not going to lie. The world didn't become my oyster at 1 second, and it happened. It took time. And it's an ongoing process. Yeah? The world is not completely my oyster at the moment. But I do live more strong, more powerful, more opportunities come. The people are presented to me, the circumstances are presented to me, and also the challenges are still presented to me. So it's a continual, ongoing process, and that's what it takes. Keep going, keep doing, keep going, keep doing. And in your perseverance, in your diligence, in your consistency, in your wherewithal to do this, you will see profound results. You will. All it takes is to begin. And beginning in anything is where most people get stuck, just by wanting to start something. I tell you what, I listened to this video, and later I'll maybe sit with myself for a minute, watch my breath, or maybe I'll write some stuff down and have a look at my thoughts and how I actually do imagine myself. Or maybe I might do it tomorrow. I'll switch the video from, maybe I'll try tomorrow. Okay, but are you going to do it? That question is for you. Are you going to do it? Or are you going to switch the video off right now, forget about the rest of the thing I'm going to say, which probably is unimportant now because that's the video, and actually go, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to sit here right this very moment, and I'm just going to watch my breath. So if you're one of those people, I commend you, because you're one of the very few that actually do this. And if you're one of the very few that's still listening to this video and is gonna do it, yeah, you will have profound changes, like I said, and you will have a much better quality of life in this crazy, crazy world we live in now. Because we want to get these things down, because the world's getting crazier. Something's happening. Something magical is happening, and for some it's looking very scary. So to bring ourselves back to our center point, to bring ourselves back to the remembrance we're eternal, to change our self-concept of ourselves, I would say is pretty damn important in this time we find ourselves on this earth. And it will hold you in good stead to do this work. it will hold you in a place where other people may start to lose themselves a little bit more, may even start to panic, may even start to do silly things, because they are separated from their true self, the eternal self. And being separated from your true essence causes fear, causes worry, causes doubt. And you don't want that. You don't want that anymore. You want to be grounded, powerful, strong, open-hearted, beautiful, powerful being, which you already are. You want to be in your natural high frequency, because that's what you naturally are. And in that natural high frequency of what you are, then you can do the things you want to do while you're doing this life. It becomes easier, with ease and grace, to be able to do what you want to do. The natural frequency allows you to be powerful, what you already are, allows more clarity, allows purpose, allows you to just go and be and do and take action when you want to take action. The doubt is eradicated, the fears are eradicated, the worry is eradicated in that natural high frequency state. But we've got to start somewhere, haven't we? But we can do this. You can do it with what you already have, to just start now. That's all it takes. You start now, you keep going, you keep doing it, and you will see the results. I promise you, you will see them. And then you will look back over a little bit of a period of time. Give this a few weeks, a few months, and look back to see where you were, to what you are, and what you've become. Watch your life change. Watch the internal state change. Watch the external change for you. Now, this might sound like a tall order. It might sound like wishy-washy, airy-fairy. This is just out of my conception, out of what I believe. I don't even know if I could do that. But you're not going to know unless you begin to do this. If you do it, and you keep at it, and I know I'm repeating myself, because that's the key, that's the name of the game, repetitiveness, it will happen. Whatever that is for you. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to let go of, will happen for you. I've watched it in myself, and I say that every time. I've watched it in others, and I say that every time, because I've seen it work. I wouldn't sit here making these videos, if I didn't have done it, if I haven't have done it myself, and I haven't watched it happen for others too. I'm not going to come on these videos and just give a load of words and with hope, because I don't like hope. I actually think that's very wishy-washy, and I think that is, hope is a low frequency. It's negative in what it is. So we're not hoping to get somewhere or do something. We're actually going to do it. And you're going to do it too. And if you've made it to the end of this video, you've got it. You've got the wherewithal to watch a video all the way through in this time of this distraction and TikTok, to actually sit with this and listen. Then I'd say you've got a really, really good chance of pulling this off, of remembering that you truly are eternal, changing your self-concept, and going out there, wherever that means for you, and doing it, living it, being it, living your desires, living your dreams and actually making it happen. So I'll leave it there on this video. Now it's up to you to take that little bit of action. Sitting with yourself for a few minutes, writing down some things about yourself, what you imagine yourself to be in certain circumstances, situations. See from there. See how you get on with that. And I'll see you on the next video.